We are the Power Platform duo who specialise in Microsoft Power Platform. In this series, we explore retro games and canvas apps.
So Alex, I'm super excited about this one. Please tell the viewers why we're talking about loading gifs today.
I wanted to see how we could reapply what we've been learning over the series of game development. Christine on LinkedIn posted loading gifs through a custom component, and so I thought, why not create it without a custom component?
For everyone watching and for myself, talk me through how you do it without using the custom component then.
Yeah, so within this there's a timer in the background, and essentially you set a process, right? So percentage complete, and so it will count up to 100 and then reset itself to 0, right? So therefore it loops around, and then all of your calculations are then based off of that process. And then each loader is then an SVG, and then you can, it's only your imagination that will stop you essentially.
With that, can you talk me through how you get the different shapes for the different loaders? So for example, you've got, this one going up and down from left to right, you've got ones going right to left. Talk me through it.
So all of them are squares.
Okay.
All of the shapes in there are squares, it's just manipulating them differently. So if you look at the ones on the outside, so the bar vertical ones, right, that's just a sequence of squares, and then based on the progress you then set the height, right? But then you then have to adjust each one to be off by so much, right? So if you say, let's say you have 10, makes the maths easier. If the progress for the first one is 0, the next one has to be 10, 20, 30, 40. So you need to adjust that progress to allow for that to be calculated.
And then the colours, you've got the different colours, is that just using RGB values? You can just pass any SVG and RGB value, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So it's any SVG or RGB value, and then if you look, it's actually the transparency there that's being set by the progress, right? So therefore I've set it so then if it's 0 it's transparent, if it's 100 it's solid colour, and then it will just
and anything in between is a gradient. That's really, really neat. This one in the bottom right, so it's quite different looking from the two on the left. Could you explain what you've had to do here to achieve that?
I've set the y-axis, right, so it's actually calculated, so it adjusts. That one, you then essentially take the total height, subtract the height of the bar, and then divide that by 2, and then that will give you the y that you need. The one on the top left, the way computers calculate, y is 0 at the top and goes down.
Yeah.
Right, so rather than having to calculate what the y needs to be, so calculating the top of the bar each time, what I've done is I've done it from the top down and flipped the image.
And what I'm assuming, a lot of the viewers have probably got the same question that I've got right now. So why would I choose to use one of these SVG over probably finding a loading GIF?
Many people do, and we do occasionally as well, but the idea is you can make it very customizable to your business. And you could include it in part of a component library, and then distribute it across all of your apps.
Yeah.
And then you can select a certain color, for example. You can pass the color to the component, and you can change the color of that loading GIF.
And I see in the middle there, we've got a really, really cool Microsoft feeling one. So I particularly love that loading GIF, and will definitely use that in the future. Any reason why you did that?
So that was actually from Christine's GitHub. She posted. That was her bonus one, so I thought, take inspiration,
Yeah. No, it's really good, and I can see us using that in our solutions actually going forward. I can see exactly where this can be used in the industry, and used in everyday apps that I'm building myself. Yeah, and I think just by having these as customizable as they are, and the way you've shown it, and how easy it is to achieve, it can improve that UI and UX experience. Could you just sort of elaborate on what sort of components or features that you've learned from building out the games and what you've used here?
Yep. So this is very similar to all the games that we built based on a timer. The only difference is you don't have human input. right? So you don't have the buttons as you move a snake around or as you move a paddle around.
And I know that you yourself, you love a challenge, so please feel free to post any GIF, any loading GIF that is out there that you want Alex to attempt to create using SVGs. That's my challenge that I'm going to set him and set you viewers. So hopefully we find someone out there with something that you can't create.
Please like, subscribe and click on the bell icon. Let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see in the future.